for me to be mic side with you yet again this year.
Great to be next to you on the floor. Great to be back in the arena, seeing fans back in the arena. Just what you want to tip off the new season.
So the Tigers own the basketball, and we'll get acquainted with the new players. Pinson will work the point. Darius Days, as you've already spoken of, is the leading returner, and he's got it and quickly stuffs it home. Days, from point-blank range, gives LSU the early lead. The 6'7" senior from Raleigh, Florida.
One of the new names, Efton Reed, there, had it in the middle, thought about the jump shot, looked to his right and saw a wide-open Days. Nice pass, great finish, great way to start the season.
For the most part, you need a program when you come to the arena to give you an indication of the new players on both teams, and a miss there by Thomas Howell, a 6'8" freshman from Natchitoches, and the Tigers have a couple of stuffs. Teams in this building too, has he not? He was an assistant coach at LSU.
Absolutely, former assistant in Baton Rouge, now 12 years up there in Monroe, and he's signaling to his guys he wants to see them pick up the pace. These are two teams that really want to play on a faster pace.
Trent Johnson was the head coach who hired Keith Richard. Nice cross-court pass, and another miss inside by Howell. He's gotten it low a couple of times. Tigers try to run and turn it over. ULM with a left-handed shot up and in by Russell Harrison, a senior out of Lubbock, Texas.
We're a minute and a half in. For our first game of the season, you've already got me thrown. I keep hearing another miss by Howell. I keep thinking I'm in the game. I'm looking to the side to see if you're bringing somebody in for me.
Days for three. That one's tipped out of there with excellent work by Reed. Days is a capable three-point shooter. He scored at a 40% clip. No defense inside at all. And Efton Reed gets his first bucket as a Tiger.
Wide open in the lane. Great look by the Tigers as they pass the ball around the floor. It's just too easy right now getting it at the rim.
Reed is a slender 6'11" freshman from Richmond, Virginia. G pulls up and fires. Tipped around, and Pinson will take the rebound. Up to Wilkinson. Back to Pinson. Kicks it out. Days with another long three. This one nestles its way home. Days in.
Days was a 40% three-point shooter last season, and he has always had the green light. Remember when he first came here and we did some games, we were surprised a man that size was shooting from out there. But Will Wade gives him the green light, and he's shown he can hit there consistently.
He was a 52% field goal scorer last year and 40% from three-point range. Gonzalez, the diminutive point guard, looking inside, puts it on the floor with the left hand. Kicks it out. Nobody available. The fake handoff to Gonzalez at a nice move inside by Howell. So 3 times he's been able to get down low. That's the first time he scored.
First one he finally able to get it to go down for him.
Days lets it rip. Days in.
Keith Richard looking at Russell Harrison, shrugging his shoulders like, what are you doing leaving him? They said a high screen. He left him. Days just pops out, passed right back. He was wide open for the three.
Jones, Gonzalez, G, Howell, and Harrison on the floor for ULM. And a traveling violation. We'll give it back to LSU.
He was trying to get a little too creative on that dribble, seeing if he could get a defender on his back, and took a hop step and made the travel.
The Tigers employ Murray, Pinson, Days, Wilkinson, and Reed. 16:38 to go in the first half. LSU out to a 12-4 lead over the Warhawks from ULM. And now Tari Eason comes in the game for the first time. The sophomore from Los Angeles who started his career at Cincinnati, and a rebound foul called.
Eason's one of those new names you'll get to know from the transfer portal. Came in from Cincinnati, and when these two teams, LSU played Nicholls State in basically a benefit a few weeks back down in Nicholls. Great idea for LSU to go down there, and they were raising money for people who were affected by Hurricane Ida. Had a nice game and a great turnout down there. Eason had 22 points on 7 of 14 shooting, 15 rebounds as well.
Look at Howell go to work. He's been impressive.
Can I record this? Seriously. I haven't heard my name used like that so often in the game in years. maybe ever in the career. I might just put this on file for playback.
With technology these days, you can do just about anything.
I'm going to dub it over the highlights. That's just what it was like a couple of days ago. Years.
Decades.
Oh, come on now. I was trying to stop.
Rebound by G. Gonzalez leaving it outside. Howell throws it off the ankle of a teammate. The outlet intercepted and an easy two-handed flush for the remaining offensive player, Andre Jones, a 6'5" graduate from Little Rock. He played at Nichols and Little Rock. That's his first bucket.
Can't fault the effort on the play. You got bodies on the ground. Tigers throwing after it, trying to throw a pass, but Gonzalez stepped in front. Everybody had already gone the other way.
Another three ball. Days in. A deuce and 3 threes in the early going. 11 points already. Last year he averaged 11.6.
Might want to keep an eye on 4 if you're the Warhawks. Maybe step out there if he's behind the line.
A three ball is countered from Gonzalez, the junior out of Clackamas, Oregon, who played at Clarendon College to get his career started.
He shot 45% from behind the line last year.
Pretty good stuff. LSU's Eason could not get that pass across the lane from down low on the baseline.
No, that was Howell. Used his wingspan down, and he was trying to go baseline and just reached out and slapped it, knocked it down.
15-11. The Warhawks down by 4. They can cut into it here. This for 3. G misses. Days with a rebound. The 6'7" senior from Florida brings it up. An open 3 by Murray. On line but long. Defensive rebound by Harrison. Howell gets the return pass, goes down low with it. That's stolen away by LSU. Good defense by Wilkinson. Gains for 3 from distance. Too strong, and a defensive rebound by Gonzalez. He'll run. That's Howell again, and he knows how to get to work down low.
Yeah, he really is doing a nice job up there around the rim. Had some bad luck on his shots early, but has hit his last couple and does a nice job of going right at the rim.
So ULM, which trailed early by double figures, has now cut the lead to 2. Days for 3. Got another one. Days in. 4
Again,
triples in the first 7 minutes for Darius Days.
Look, there's certainly a size advantage for LSU. When UL Monroe was playing in the zone, he's got smaller guys in front of him. But at some point, if you're UL Monroe, you've got to almost man him up or get somebody in his face. He's hit 4 of them.
The Warhawks had an early 8-point deficit before that run, and then Days shut it down with the triple. G fakes right, dribbles left, can't fire. Jones gets in trouble. Howell bails him out. And a shot clock violation against the Warhawks. That will make
here because Darius Days' career high in points is 24. He's sitting on 14, and his career high of 3-point field goals made is 5, and he's got 4 in the first 7.5 minutes.
Reed has a bucket, Wilkinson has a bucket, and Days has the rest for LSU. Tigers in white with the basketball. A scoop shot, draws a whistle. Judge came in during the timeout. Alex Fudge, a 6'8" freshman from Jacksonville, Florida.
And you see how he turned into him right there. Luke Phillips down there on the block. But it was a nice job that really made him lean like that was the move that Fudge made. He's going baseline, stepped in towards the inside, and he made Phillips, forced him to lean in, realizing he was going to go past him, and drew the blocking foul.
We have played nearly 8 minutes, and Fudge misses a couple of free throws, but LSU, with Eason grabbing the offensive rebound, keeps it alive with this possession. From the wing, a three-point ball, way too strong by Eason. Jones on the run, gives it up before he gets into the lane, and a Blocking foul is called. We've got another timeout coming.
A lot of improvement with that experience paying off.
Both teams are shooting very well to this point. 6 for 10 are the Warhawks from the field. 7 of 14 the Tigers. LSU has yet to commit a turnover. And both free throws are off the mark by G.
Think about the 7 field goals for LSU. 4 3-pointers by Days, 3 dunks to start the game.
Wilkinson and Reed have the other 2 buckets. Gaines misses from distance. Reed off the window, bounces it in.
Oh, nice touch, too, to go high off the glass there. Good offensive rebound, then goes high off the glass with a nice soft touch.
Reed stands 6'11". He's very thin, very agile, and a quick jumper. Shot clock at 6. That should be an offensive foul, and it is.
Tiger defense collapsed as the Warhawks saw the shot clock going down, tried to make a move towards the basket. Nice job by LSU to converge. Watch the white jerseys that'll come to the right. 1, 2, there's 3, and it's the third body that comes over, and Xavier Pinson, who gets himself in position. Great help defense, gives up his body, gets the charge.
Pinson's name may be familiar to LSU fans. He played at Missouri before he came here. Out of Chicago, a 6'2" senior, Xavier Pinson, who wears number 1 for LSU in white. Pinson sets a pick, gets out of the way, and a foul is called. I think they're going to get Harrison, or no, they call a tie ball.
Yep, call a tie ball as he tried to drive the lane. Nice hands by the Warhawks to get in there and not get the foul, and they get possession.
That was Harrison. You're getting a look at him leave the game right now, but he tied it up. Possession arrow favors the Warhawks. And now here's the name we've been waiting for. Nika Metzklarishvili is in the game. 16 letters in that name.
You got to see the back of the jersey. What's the type font? There it is.
Metzklarishvili.
Pat, I'd like to buy a vowel, please.
Well, here's a little follow-up. He's from Tbilisi, Georgia. Tbilisi. Nice move inside for Efton Reed. 6 points now for the freshman from Richmond, Virginia.
And they get it right to him on the baseline. Nice job by Metzklarishvili.
Close. Metzklarishvili.
Oh, I put in an extra S. My bad.
Tigers appeared to have it and then lost it. Here come the Warhawks.
Putting Metzklarishvili on Days, too, 4-on-4.
That pass never got there from the outside. Pinson didn't have much room to get it down low. Warhawks down by 5 after that last bucket by Boston. And another offensive foul. This one called against.
They called the block. That's why Will Wade.
Did they call the block?
Will Wade's going furious on the bench because he stood there for quite a while and just waited. You see, Wade is just laying into him, and that's not the official that even made the call.
I thought one official immediately signaled offensive foul, but not the case.
No, watch again as he goes through, and you're going to see him dish it off and stand there, and Efton Reed is just standing right there. It's going to come right at you again. Watch Reed hold his position. Ball goes, and they run into him. And it was the bottom official back corner that called the block instead of the charge.
Metzklarishvili immediately held his hands up as if to say, I didn't hit him hard. But clearly there was defensive position established for a long time before the contact. Nonetheless, it goes back to ULM. 8:59 to go, first half. A foul away from the ball. And they're going to get LSU.
They got it on Xavier Pinson off the ball.
Young Murray and Pinson and Days and Wilkinson and Reed are in the game right now with the substitutions. Boston lets the three fly. It bounces out deep, and the Warhawks will take advantage of the odd bounce offensive rebound. This will stay with the Warhawks. 8 minutes and 31 seconds to go. First half. LSU 22. ULM 17, and the pace of the scoring has slowed a bit. LSU trying to steal it, but could not control it.
One of the things I really enjoyed reading some of the previews of this year's team for LSU and what Will Wade had to say. He really wants to go up tempo, and he's been known for that here in Baton Rouge, and he says there's still more to be had and wants to see it pick up. And with this year's team, they give up some size. They've got some new names, and he even admitted, look, sometimes it might not be pleasing on the eyes. We're going to have some droughts. We're going to have some rough patches. But then when we get it going, he wants to really see him step on the accelerator.
Days with some nice defense there, prevented that pass from getting to the target, and then the time clock elapsed. So the shot clock elapsed after Days was able to get a paw on that pass.
Seemed like that possession lasted forever, but remember, they got 2 offensive rebounds to keep it alive.
Murray's shot is ripped away.
Austin got that from behind. Nice defense on the other end. That's Reed running the floor, the big man running the floor to deflect that fast break.
Days, quick release three. He's got another one. Days in.
Well, that ties his career high. And much like when you see Steph Curry shoot a three or Tiger Woods with a putt, he shot that and started running back the way he knew it was going in.
15 points for Days from outside the arc, and then an early bucket. 17, his total of the 25 LSU has scored. Kick out for an open three to Gonzalez. He comes up off the rim with a shot, and the Tigers have an opportunity to move quickly, but instead we'll wait for the revenue to flow by. 7:13 and counting, first half. Gaines dribbling out front. Reed sets a pick. This is Days again, looking to get rid of it. Now he'll turn and fire. Oh my! Oh my! Days in! For 6 3-pointers in one game. Who was the first player, Victor, who scored 6 3-pointers in one game, which is the high water mark under Will Wade?
I'm going to go with Waters.
You going correctly. Tremont Waters had 6 3-pointers against Texas A&M in January of 2019. And Darius Days has thrown in 6 threes here in the first half against ULM in the opener.
We're 13 minutes into the game. He's already set one career record, and he's flirting with another one before the end of this half.
Tigers have had some active hands, and they are diving for loose basketballs. We've got contact everywhere, and a backcourt violation is called.
No, it was a shot clock violation. The ball was
shot
loose.
Clock, yes.
And LSU's bench is actually the one that made that call. They were chasing after the loose ball, and the shot clock went off, and I don't know if the official didn't hear it or what, but the entire LSU bench stood up and was slapping the top of their heads. The FAR official saw it, looked at the shot clock, and realized they were right and blew the whistle.
So LSU gets the basketball with 6:20 to play. And a 28-17 lead. This is the largest lead for the Tigers. Nice pass down low for an open flush by Reed.
ULM got caught looking at the basketball. A lot of dribbling to go through the lane, and two dark jerseys went towards the ball, and they forgot Reed in the middle at 6'11". It was an easy pass and dunk.
The Tigers take it away, and that alley-oop came up short, but Reed is able to grab it and a whistle. He put it home, and then the foul was called. Now remember, this is the debut for Efton Reed, and he'll be at the free throw line.
Got the foul on number 10, Langston Powell. Here's the attempted alley-oop, and then there's the body contact as Reed was just coming right back down the lane. Watch again. Alley-oop comes up short, but Reed runs on the follow lane, gets the layup with his side, and it's Langston Powell who gets him with the body contact, so count the bucket, go to the line.
Yes, Darius Days has the headline so far in the first half, and deservedly so, but how about the freshman Reed? 5 buckets, 10 points, and 5 rebounds in the first half.
Well, that's not surprising with what Reed can bring to the table. Highly recruited, not just for LSU, but around the country. He was the number 3 rated center in the country and chose LSU as a 5-star recruit, the 5th 5-star recruit for Will Wade since he's been in Baton Rouge.
LSU takes it away again, and then a melee ensues, trying to get the ball as it goes out of bounds. And it's going to stay with LSU. 33-17.
A scoring drought for UL Monroe is over 4 minutes as LSU's on an 11-0 run.
Reed goes the other hand and scores.
It's just too easy, but the size advantage is so great for LSU on the inside.
13 for Reed, and the Tigers have really turned up the intensity, and ULM is wilting under it right now.
5 turnovers during the scoring drought that's now reached 4.5 minutes for the Warhawks. 13-0 run for LSU in the last 2:37.
ULM has turned it over, Victor, 6 of its last 7 possessions. Pinson can't save it, but I think it was touched last by ULM.
Well, he couldn't save it, but did you see what he did as he went out of bounds? He went behind the back and threw it off a Warhawk. It came very close to hitting him again out of bounds. But it was a great play by Pinson. Heads up to go behind the back and throw it at him, and he got the deflection.
Days comes back into the game. Pinson does as well, and so does Fudge. That 3 ball is banged home from Pinson in the corner. That's his first bucket. First bucket as a Tiger. 16 straight points without an answer. LSU has rolled to a 38-17 lead with a 16-point run. For 3, under defensive pressure. Rebound hits the floor. Picked up by Fudge.
That's athleticism. There's nothing you can do about that. That was a 70-foot pass down the floor with 2 maroon jerseys that were surrounding Easton, and he went up, took it away from him, turned around, and put it in the bucket.
Easton looked like one defensive back guarding 2 receivers, and he was the one who came away with it.
Remember what I mentioned a few moments ago? Will Wade talking about this team, saying, hey, there may be some times it might get ugly, it might get a little sloppy, but boy, when they put their foot on the pedal, good gracious. They have just cranked it up a notch here on this 18-0 run.
Harrison misses the 3 ball. Murray kicks it out. A long 3. Comes up short from Pinson. Rebound deep to LSU. Murray knocks it down as he's knocked down.
Now dressing out for Will Wade, who was beyond excited with his team coming off the floor that last time out.
Reed has taken 6 shots in an LSU uniform. He has made all 6 shots. 4-3 in front of the LSU bench. The drought continues. The Warhawks are working hard, trying to get that offensive rebound, but they cannot do it.
6.5-minute drought now for the Warhawks, and that has resulted in a 21-point run for LSU.
And 6 turnovers during that drought for the Warhawks as well. Gaines surveys the court. This is Days. This would be a record setter.
Oh my.
Stop it. Days in.
just stop it.
7 threes in the first half for Darius Days. He now, in the Will Wade era, has more threes in any one game than any other player at LSU under Will Wade.
Well, he's 1 point shy of his career high with 2:48 to go here in the first half. He's got 23. His career high is 24.
By the way, Days is now 8 for 10 from the field.
That's the third shot clock violation that LSU's defense has forced on the Warhawks. Just all sorts of frustration right now for UL Monroe.
And these are the things that just cannot happen. You cannot have repeated shot clock violations. Yes, LSU is playing really tough, tennis shoe squeaking defense, but the Warhawks just have not been able to get their offense in gear in time.
Well, their offense is 2 of 7 shooting over a 9-minute period, and they haven't scored in almost 7.
LSU attacking. Murray with the follow. Couple of opportunities there for LSU's Fudge to start with. He missed them both. But the follow gives LSU an even bigger lead, 48-17. "26 straight points for the Tigers." Boston fakes right and then backs up and nails one.
First bucket for UL Monroe in 8 minutes and 4 seconds.
Boston is a capable scorer. He averaged 15.5 points and nearly 5 rebounds at Casper College before coming to ULM. 31 is career high.
Fouls on Nico, trying to reach around and try to stop Efton Reed. That's the best they can do, is put number 4 at 6'8" as a sophomore going up against the 6'11" Reed. He drew the foul.
Wilkinson replaces Murray for the Tigers. Less than a minute and a half to go in the first half. LSU took control about 8-10 minutes ago under the onslaught of Days from outside and Reed from inside. Reed from outside this time, way too strong. Deep rebound pulled off by Fudge. Wilkinson puts it on the floor, backs away, can't shoot from there.
Great elevation by Fudge on that rebound, too. He wasn't in the inside position. He just went up and got it.
Yes, it was. Gaines spinning. Almost lost his balance and then scores with the left hand. The 6'2", slightly built sophomore from Lithonia, Georgia, with a spin move. He had one start last year for the Tigers. LSU by 30 with 30 seconds to play right now. That's an easy interception for the Tigers. Gaines alley-oop plus. Tari Eason.
Well, Keith Richard can't get these last 16 seconds to get off the clock fast enough.
And almost another shot clock violation on that last possession, which was
this team in the first 20 minutes, and he enjoyed every bit of it.
So on the court for LSU as we start the second half, Murray and Pinson, Days, Wilkinson, and Reed. Jones, Gonzalez, G, Howell, and Harrison for the Warhawks. That is blocked out of the hands of LSU's Reed. And that's
Great
something
challenge.
when you go up and get the 6'11" freshman and slap it down.
And that was Reginald G at 6'2". Great effort on him on the inside to get up there and get that block.
Howell puts it on the floor, and it's stolen by LSU's Wilkinson. And the Tigers give it back, an illegal pick.
They got that on Reed. He was down on the block. Moving screen instead of holding still in the position. Had a man on his backside and kept moving him back down. Caused him a moving screen.
There's the big fellow there to record a block of his own. Efton Reed. Pinson throws a fastball off of Reed's hands, but there's a whistle.
It's going to be Thomas Howell again, the 6'8 freshman out of Natchitoches. Trying to tee him up from behind, got him with the body contact.
He was very effective in moving around nicely inside, getting some point-blank range shots very early in the game, but they sort of drifted away from him the last 12 or 14 minutes.
Well, the offense really drifted away from the entire Warhawk team. They couldn't get anything going. You're right, early on, he had a couple early misses, kept going to the game, had some nice buckets. But that final 11 minutes of change for UL Monroe, they were 3 of 9 from the floor in the final 11:51 with 8 turnovers.
Days takes it low and scoops it in.
I thought he would have maybe done his career high with another three-pointer, but there's another way to do it with a nice, easy layup to give him 25. That's a new career high. His career high of 24 was set back on November 26th of 20 against SIU.
And no, that's not a misspeak. Darius Days with 25 points, and we've only played 1 minute and 15 seconds in the second half. The Warhawks in maroon, LSU in white. Jones puts it on the floor, kicks it out for an open three from the corner in front of the Warhawks bench. And that one is tossed in nicely by Russell Harrison.
Keith Richard giving his team a round of applause. He liked that motion offense. That's what he wanted to see.
Harrison averaged 12.5 points in 19 games and had 10 plus points in 19 games last year, 4 double-doubles. The leading returning scorer is Harrison for ULM. Jones weaving all kinds of players there defensively in layers up the ladder. And LSU denies the shot. And then a whistle call.
Andre Jones got the foul. Darius Days skies up for the rebound. Bodies everywhere. 4 white jerseys. Comes off the rim. There you see Days gets it. And Jones winds up getting his arm around his neck. Pulls it back as he was obviously just going for the ball. But you see nothing malicious. Moves his hands back. Days goes to the ground and go the other way.
A beautiful pass from Murray down low for the alley-oop.
That's a set play run to perfection. Stick a guy down on the baseline when they cross the path. You catch him not paying attention on the baseline. And you just have athleticism that can play above the rim. Beautiful pass and a great set. Wilkinson
with the bucket. He had 14 starts last year. And as we mentioned earlier, was 40 of 51 from the field. Days collects a flat-footed rebound. That one did not draw iron. Days pull-up jumper, free throw line. Boy, it is amazing what he's doing offensively. Just amazing.
10 of 12 now for Days from the floor. 27 points.
Every point he scores for the rest of the game will set a new career record. Chuck Jones and Nathan Bemis and Matt Jarman are the officials. Jones is the crew chief. Darius Days gets a rest.
Boy, I don't know how Andre Jones found that room when you had Efton Reed and you had Xavier Pinson pinch him on the baseline, and somehow he spun one way, spun around another way, and then throws up with one hand and in.
And avoided contact in the process.
That was a 9.5 difficulty rating on that shot. He made it look easy, but my goodness, how he got through, I have no idea.
Eason from the outside, on line but long. A deep rebound, and Eason commits a foul trying to get his own miss. You know, we've talked about the three-point shooting by Days. More threes made in this game by him than in any other player at LSU under Will Wade. Guess what? He also holds the rebound average record, averaging 7.8 rebounds in 2021. That's the high water mark. Oh, a scoop shot up and in. And the Tigers are doing it in a variety of ways. Xavier Pinson with the latest bucket.
Look, when Xavier Pinson was playing at Missouri, he was the third freshman in Missouri history to average 40% from the floor, the three-point line, and 75% from the free throw line.
The pass to the wing is stolen by Wilkinson. He waits for the retinue to flow by. Pinson from very deep. Oh, yes!
Boy, no reaction either. It's just lays it up with artistic style, and then the other one, he shoots it 5 feet behind the three-point line and just turns around to go play defense.
The Tigers are on the move. That one is saved by LSU's Eason from going out of bounds. Another three ball from straight away. Nestles in, and the Tigers are hotter than a fire ant on a fever blister. (66-25). 5 new players will enter the game for the Warhawks at the next whistle. Shot clock down to 4. G for 3. Off the mark. The icy shooting in the second half continues. That one was an attempted throwdown. It misses off the rim by Jones. 52-20 lead at the break. They have outscored the Warhawks 14-5 since coming out of the locker room, and Jones misses the free throw. The Warhawks now are 0 for 3 at the stripe. LSU is only 1 for 4.
Yeah, not a lot of free throws being taken when you have teams that are spending the day behind the three-point line, as both of these teams have been doing. And even then, we saw a fouled three-point shooter earlier in the game when the Warhawks fouled LSU. One of the rare times we saw him go to the free throw line.
Jarrell Colbert is in the game now for the Tigers. He wears number 20. This is his first action of the night. LSU patient with the basketball before the long three, on line but long. Deep rebound. Pinson fights for it. It's grabbed by the Tigers, and it's slapped out of the hands of Eason momentarily, but LSU will launch a shot. Gains a little bit short off the front rim. Offensive rebound. Hooked up and rolls across, and a
jump ball.
held ball is called.
Tigers fighting for it on the glass. Ball got brought down. UL Monroe put a hand on it. After all that effort, fighting for the rebound, winds up being a tie ball. Go to the Warhawks.
That's Clarisha Bealey is back in the game for the Warhawks. He wears number 4. ULM did not shoot poorly in the first half overall. It just didn't get a lot of shots up because of so many turnovers. But the Warhawks have not warmed up much here in the second half at all.
No, that's what I was referencing during the halftime. The percentage looks good if you just look at it on paper. You just have to realize how few shots they got up in the last 12 minutes of the first half. Phillips got the foul call there on the block. Second time he's had a block called on him tonight.
Alex Fudge looking for his first LSU points. And there it is.
He's a 4-star recruit out of Robert E. Lee High School down in Jacksonville, Florida. Average a double-double. 18 points a game, 12 rebounds a contest.
The Tigers in this game are shooting 67% from 57% from the floor. Nice backdoor cut, but no finish.
That was a great pass. Oh, and it's good hustle to stay with it.
Boston trying to do his best, but couldn't get it to go down. Tigers had numbers. And a foul called as a rebound is grabbed by ULM. This will go against the Tigers. We slide under the 13-minute mark.
That's two quick ones on Colbert. First one coming moments ago on the other end off the rebound. That time just overcommitted, got a little too close to his man. Body contact when he tried to go past him.
Colbert, a freshman from Houston. Boston looking inside. And a baseline foul is called, a blocking foul. As Metzglarisha-Vili tried to take the baseline. A 6'8" sophomore from Tbilisi, Georgia. That's spelled T-B-I-L-I-S. Powell with the left hand lets it fly. And it looked like an over-the-back call on Metzglarisha-Vili. Did you see, Victor, he held his hand up, indicating to the official score, yes, I was the one that fouled? That used to be a requirement back in the early days of basketball.
Absolutely. I noticed your pace has slowed down with his last name, too. I think that's a good move. It's happening in the arena as well.
Yeah, Metzglarisha-Vili.
PA announcer Dan Bornay is taking his sweet time as well, making sure you get it right. It's well done.
I like it. 16 letters in that last name. I think the last 16-letter athlete that I had was the LSU softball player.
He got 1,000 in his career, so he's well on his way with that with his performance tonight.
I'm not going to let you twist in the wind anymore.
It's horrible leaving me like you say that and then we go to break and you don't say anything.
The two sisters who play for Beth Torino, Hushmanzada, the last name. Their father was a long-time NFL star.
Well done.
Thank you. That comes up very short from Metzglarisha-Vili. Step back three off the rim. Missed by Murray, a bit short. Budge runs it down. He's cut off on the baseline, continues the dribble, and now looks for help. Gaines scoops it in. He thought about shooting it from the left side, was able to move to the right, and with the baby hook, scores.
He had a Warhawk go in there and try to slap at it, so it made him go up and under, but a nice job of maintaining control.
Eric Gaines had one start last year for LSU. He averaged 2.5 points and about 1.5 rebounds. A lot of options right there when you're 6'11", and there's nobody on your side of the court defensively. First bucket for Reed after a 13-point performance in the first half.
Will Wade's had him changing things up a little bit. Certainly has the game well in hand. We've seen LSU come out in the second half now working on a couple of three-quarter court defenses, a half-court defense, now moving them into a little bit of zone. Just a chance to work on some things. much like the Warhawks are doing. They know they're not coming back into this ball game, but Keith Richard has them running offensive sets, trying to get some of that experience and get ready for the road ahead.
Good offensive glass work, particularly by Fudge after he missed and then got it back, almost tipped it in. Tigers lead it by a lot as we approach the midway point of the second half. Will Wade in his 5th season.
Last 3 seasons under Will Wade, LSU's 39 wins in the SEC. You know where that ranks?
Uno?
Number 1. Will Wade has guided this team to 39 conference wins. That's 1 ahead of Kentucky, who's 2nd with 38. Tennessee, 3rd with 34. And Alabama, next with 32.
That kind of puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it's not a coincidence that when you name those teams, LSU, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Auburn, those are teams that are all ranked in the top 6 of the preseason poll.
I'm anxious to see how LSU and the other Tigers, the Tigers from Auburn, crank it out this year, because they're very similar. A lot of new talented players. 2 coaches with a hero full of personality.
Well, I'll tell you what, come Saturday, if you have a chance, call Keith Richard and see what he thinks, because he's getting a really up-close and good look at LSU tonight, and on Friday he's going to get an up-close look at the Auburn Tigers, because that's their next ball game. So he might be able to tell you right off the bat what he thinks about those 2 contenders.
Indeed.
Love seeing that. Part of it frightens you when you realize that he's jumping over the trainer at the end of the bench in Darius Days with the night he's had, but there's nothing like seeing your team leader and starter in a game that's well put to bed out there going after loose balls.
And if you've just joined us, Darius Days exploded for 7 3-pointers in the first half. Had a dunk to open the game and then proceeded to fire in 7 3-pointers. There's a sweet jumper by Brandon Murray. That one was sweeter than a purple popsicle.
Mr. Basketball, the state of Maryland, is Brandon Murray. He played there, won the Mr. Basketball Award, and then moved over to IMG Academy.
Days pulls down another rebound. A long-distance floater by Gaines. Comes up a bit short. LSU with a takeaway by Wilkinson and a whistle.
Phillips has that look on his face like, come on, you got to give me a call here. I'm giving my body up now. It's the 3rd time you're calling me for a block.
Free throw shooting time for the Tigers. Wilkinson will be at the stripe. Murray and Gaines and Days and Wilkinson and Reed. Now the Tigers make a substitution. Pinson comes back in the game. But the free throw coming right here. 9:19 to play. First one is swished home. 5 for Wilkinson tonight. He quietly had 14 starts last year.
I see LSU trying another defense. Now they're going full court man with the trap in the corner. Hayes gets called for the foul. You can see this is just a chance for Will Wade to get live opportunities.
Right.
This game is in hand. This has nothing to do with this game, but he's getting these guys and first time playing together. A lot of new faces here. This is
and you
their chance.
mentioned that exhibition charity game that LSU went down to Thibodeau to play Nichols as Colonels, and they went without a full roster. There were 4 or 5 players that didn't make it. They were bruised and banged up, and LSU essentially played with 7 or 8 players that game.
Yep, Reed didn't play in that game. Days didn't play in that game. Loved the fact that they did it. That was a great idea to go down there. Both teams got a good chance to face live action. Oh, my goodness.
Pinson with more moves than a Bourbon Street Riddler.
Oh, he froze him 3 or 4 different times before he blew past him.
That's an ankle breaker a couple of times. Good double team defense down by Reed. They may get him for the block, though. He had shut down the driver initially and then was moving a bit. Let's look at Pinson.
Will Wade just got slapped with a technical for arguing the foul call. Watch the crossover through the legs. Again, the hesitation. And he winds up getting DeMarcus Hall to bite on it. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. 5 with the hesitation. And then he blows past him and gets the dunk. And then on the other end, they had the double team. And again, I mentioned it at halftime. That is it's as emotional as we've seen Will Wade, because he's got young guys, he's got new guys playing together. This game is well out of hand. They've got it taken care of. But on that play, they were running the defense Wade wanted. They got the trap on the baseline. He was upset at the call. They called the foul on Reed and then immediately teed up Will Wade.
These are the technical foul shots. A 2-shot technical against the coach. Kareem Osier hits one of them. And now we will have the free throw by Metzler-Rishavili.
You know, and everything we've been talking about here, watching these different players. UL Monroe's gone almost 12 minutes here in this second half, scored 7 points. (79-27). That's an NBA range 3 from straight away. Tigers get the deep rebound. Days. Oh, gracious.
Goodness
gracious.
Has 16.
How much has it been a struggle for the Warhawks? Their team is losing to Darius Days by 3.
That does put it in perspective. We slip under the 8-minute mark. That looked like an extra step, and it was. So we will take a timeout right here.
And then LSU will take on Penn State. You start to look ahead, get out of the month of November, and then there'll be a couple of tournaments here and there, and before you know it, we'll be end of December, and SEC play will be starting.
Jump hook is a little bit off the mark by Reed. LSU keeps it alive, though, with a rebound by Wilkinson. Shot clock at 1. Desperation heave. Got it. That's the night it's been. That's Gaines. But Gaines, seemingly unable to get a shot off in time, instead goes up, spins, and nails one. He's got 6. You know, Victor, Tari Eason very quietly has snatched 9 rebounds for LSU to go along with 7 points. Jones with the bounce pass, and that one misplayed down low.
The Warhawks got to find something to build on here in the final 7 minutes. They're yet to have a score hit double digits. It's been such a struggle here in the second half. They want to try to leave Baton Rouge with a little something to build on before they got to get back in the SEC on time.
Tigers quickly double team down low. Eason is blocked, but he will go to the line.
That's a good challenge on the dunk there. So look again at the outlet pass, a little flick of the wrist. It goes right down to Eason, breaking away, and there's the challenge by Nika. See, that's how you do it in the game. With your responsibilities, you're doing the long name. In my seat, you just go first name. LeBron.
Sure.
Madonna. Right? Bono. Nika. There you go.
It makes sense to me. I prefer Metzgerisha-Vili.
Oh, you got it down. There's no question. I blew it earlier. I added an extra S, and then on top of it, you called me out on it. So I'm going Nika.
I apologize for that.
That's all right.
Eason bangs a couple of free throws down. The Californian out of Los Angeles, who started his career at Cincinnati. And a contact foul, an excuse me contact foul on Eason. 6.5 to go. (86-27) LSU. The Tigers as a team are shooting 54%, and ULM is down to 29 and some change, and not doing very well at the free throw line either.
So the student section, the noise you're hearing from the student section isn't because they're trying to get Howell to miss free throws. They are chanting. Look, you see the poster right there, the general? Something that Will Wade did. The general is coming, General Wade. And he did something on the video, and he's dressed in that outfit. The student section is calling for some of the younger players to get in the game. And Will's at the scoreboard talking to him, waving at him, saying, okay, just give me a moment. That was the reaction because they got his attention, and he responded to him.
Where there's a Will, there's a Wade,
nice.
Right? Good transition bucket there by
and you won't have to worry. You won't have to worry about when he calls down to the bench because you'll hear the student section erupt.
Just under 6 minutes to go. Right now in the game for the Warhawks, the leading scorer, and I'm talking about the 5 on the court, the leading scorer is Thomas Howell with 8.
That's him right there. 3 of 6 from the floor. Starting a little slow.
Gaines poked that away. Wow! Showtime!
Little something for everybody who's 6'2". Gaines showing some extra hops.
He looked like he was launched from a trampoline.
Hey, his nickname is The Real One, D.A., The Real One, and that was the real deal. Windmill up and out.
He's just standing there, and it's dribbled off the Tiger Fudge. Another dunk by LSU, and let's look in the rearview mirror at this Gaines dunk in open court.
Easy breakaway here, and look at how he cups it. A little windmill action one more time, taking his time, realizing it's nothing but Tigers. And look at his 2 teammates in the air celebrating with him. I think they've seen that a time or 2 at practice. They knew what was coming.
1-and-1 opportunity here for Gaines. This free throw could get him to double figures. He's got 10 now, 8 in this half. LSU has 4 players in double figures, and ULM is having a great deal of difficulty bringing the ball cleanly up court.
1 for their last 14. LSU's just playing pitch and catch now above the rim with an occasional free throw. There's another steal.
Colbert with his first LSU bucket. And that dunk is denied. Fudge went up and was fouled and then went down hard, but he gets up laughing.
That was DeMarcus Hall. And look, give everybody credit. You're getting blown out, yet you're trying to make the play, and it was not a malicious foul. And on the other end, for LSU, it's your first game of the year. You got some time. You've been out there. Well, There's the eruption I talked about. Guess what? Substitution's coming.
Parker Edwards. Will Wade responding to that sign, perhaps.
Yes, I told you, the student section was chanting for him, and Will looked at him a couple minutes ago and put his hand out there like, hey, it's coming, just give me a minute, and smiled. And you and I were here when the legend of Parker Edwards became a reality, and it happened in about, what, it was about an 8-minute span, I think.
When he was playing for Southeastern Louisiana.
11 minutes, yes.
And just ripped home 3-ball after 3-ball after 3-ball. It was a big win for LSU against Southeastern Louisiana, but he won the hearts of LSU fans that night. It was a remarkable three-point shooting performance a la Days in the first half. And then Parker Edwards transferred here. He hasn't played much.
Nope.
But he's well known.
That game was not, the scoreboard was not as wide as we see it now.
Right.
But he hit 6 3-pointers in an 11-minute span and a blowout loss that forced Will Wade to call a timeout. He just wanted to tell him, could you go guard the guy? Next thing you know, he's playing in Baton Rouge. He got everybody's attention with that performance.
Well, some of those 3-pointers, too, were almost unguardable. I mean, some of them were legitimately 28, 30 feet. You know what? If NIL would have existed back then, he would have had an instant contract after that game.
That is true. Fans are all screaming for Parker to get the ball. We got 3.5 minutes. Take your time. Take a breath.
And just a little follow-up note, Victor, on the Parker Edwards saga. That night that you were talking about, he scored 25 points against LSU as a reserve in about 15 minutes. And that's his career high, by the way.
That was something.
Let's see if he launches one here. Edwards, number 30 in white, has been in the game for maybe a minute. He's got it.
There it goes.
Left-hander fires
That's
it.
off
the mark.
Yeah, it's too. Look, they got him too amped up right now. Will Wade's talking to the crowd about it. The entire student section hasn't left. They want to see it. You know, when he came in that game, he had nothing to lose. They were getting blown out. He just started letting them rip. Now he's got the whole house wanting him to sink one.
He's not shy.
Oh, no. Oh, he might get up a good half dozen, eight field goals. There's no question. And the Warhawk players are going to know it, so they're going to want to key on him because they don't want him to hit it. The crowd's going crazy. Student section wants him to hit one.
Well, Parker's not going to move much to get open. Now he's going to go find a spot. Hope nobody guards him real closely and his teammates find him. That's position offense. I was the master of that. Goes against your instincts, too. You know, you want to move around. It takes a great deal of discipline and mental toughness.
Well, this is going to become this is going to be like an arcade game in the final 2 minutes here with the way they're shooting. Will Wade wants a timeout for substitution. Let's get a couple more fresh faces in here.
For substitution.
Brandon Egamo is in the game, number 10. And Bradley Azuero is in the game as well. He's number 21. Azuero is starting. Howell misses. Rebound Edwards, and the crowd goes crazy.
You might have also just seen that note on your screen. The fewest points ever allowed under Will Wade was 43. We're on pace to shatter that, 32.
LSU's going to have to hustle now to get to 100.
That's a foul.
It sure is. It'll be 3 free throws coming.
Yep, Mwani Wilkinson tried to challenge on a three-pointer, got there late and knocked his man on the floor.
So Gonzalez will shoot 3 free throws.
By the way, can we hand out a congratulations?
Certainly.
Dale Brown. This will become Dale Brown Court here at the Maravich Assembly Center after his outstanding career as the men's basketball coach. And in typical Dale Brown fashion, per his request, they're going to name it Dale Brown Court when Kentucky comes on January 4th. If that's not just Dale Brown sticking it to the Wildcats one more time, think of all the memorable games against the Wildcats, and there you see his banner at the top of the Maravich Assembly Center. Congratulations to Coach. This will become Dale Brown Court at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. And with all the games on the schedule, how about we do it when Calipari brings Big Blue into town?
And speaking of Kentucky, that may be appropriate because if I retain the fact, Dale Brown is the second leading winningest SEC coach, only behind Adolph Rupp. Edwards muscles it home. Look at the crowd. Standing ovation. Standing ovation for the reserve.
And look at Will Wade taking it all in. By the volume, you'd think we were over across the street and we just kicked a game-winning field goal, or he just hit one at the buzzer to win it.
Somebody bring the NIL contract right now.
It's great to see the smile.
Oh, it is.
He's having fun. The student body's absolutely loving it. And what you also love to see is the entire team supporting it, too.
And I think he only played in maybe 4 or 5 games last year.
Yep, played 5 games, averaged about 3 minutes in the games he played. So not a lot of action, but good to see him getting the opportunity.
LSU needs 1 point to reach triple figures.
Yeah, if you want to get your tickets, if you haven't gotten your tickets already, you better get on your tickets, get on your horse, and get them in a hurry for that January 4th game when Kentucky rolls into town. As if you need any other reason to come watch Kentucky and LSU play. They'll be dedicating the court. Coach will be here, and that'll be quite the event.
And if you missed it earlier, LSU's women under Kim Mulkey started the season with an 82-40 victory on this court earlier this morning. Look at that play. Oh, no.
And because of the flagrant here, they will shoot free throws.
There was a flagrant foul involved on ULM. So those were the 2 free throw opportunities. Howell was assessed the flagrant 2 technical foul. I'm not sure I agree with that, but you could understand the way it was ruled. And now we'll try to finish the game. LSU leads 101-39. Last bucket by ULM from Luke Phillips, his first of the game. He's a sophomore from Australia, and the Tigers will dribble it out. A record-setting performance tonight by LSU.